All right, guys. So, welcome to We Dem Dog Podcast. And today we are doing something a little bit different. I'm not on my setup. I'm at my setup, but I just don't. I didn't even feel like dealing with the cameras and stuff. And I wanted a better quality, but like the background's a little bit different. There's no screens or anything. It's just straight, raw, uncut, unedited video right here. So essentially, we got games coming up. Now, we just saw Tennessee lose to Illinois, which is a bummer. It's a bummer for the SEC because it don't look good. Tennessee, you lost to Illinois, a Big Ten team. It don't look good. Just know them Big Ten fans are going to be rah, rah, rah on Twitter or the X platform. But it's all good because Tennessee, they had players missing. I'm pretty sure Illinois did too. And Tennessee, I mean, they're all right, but I know we did struggle against them. Georgia, we did struggle against them the first game, but we have found our identity. But let's talk about some things that we are seeing ahead of in the next 2 days. Georgia will be playing against Ole Miss, and like I told everybody, and I told people over and over, we need to watch out for Ole Miss because Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss is actually one of the bigger threats in the playoff. Hands down. I think so. I think Ole Miss is one of those teams. You got Trinidad Chambliss, great quarterback. You got Keywan Lacey, a great running back. They have an awesome passing team. They have an awesome running game. Yes, their defense a little, but their defense can help them win games. But their offense is so on fire that this is like one of the most elite offense that Georgia will face. We already faced them, and we had to go in a shootout. And I think this time around is going to be a really close game. I'm scared to pick. I mean, I am. Of course, I want Georgia to win, and I would say yes, Georgia could possibly win this game due to our defense playing better. But that doesn't mean that Ole Miss isn't playing better. Ole Miss is playing better. Ole Miss is looking like a team that could compete with anybody in the playoff. Hands down, I think Ole Miss can compete with anybody in the playoff. So honestly, I think if we beat Ole Miss, it's gonna be like a relief. Like, okay, we got them boys out the way. Let's go get the job done. I really do. Not knocking Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, Texas Tech, Miami, or Alabama. Not knocking them, but I think Ole Miss is probably the most high dynamic offense that you will see in the playoff. Oregon, on the other hand, Oregon got great wide receivers. They got great running backs. They got three of them. I think there's over 400 or 500 yards. So there's a great team over there as well. You got Ohio State. They got Jeremiah Smith. They got, a pretty good running back. Um, you got Alabama, which is they can be pretty good as we seen them when they went against us the first time. You have Texas Tech. They have an offense that's I haven't really checked much up on them, but it seemed like they got a pretty good offense as well. So every team have like that are hands that like are pretty good, but I think this Ole Miss is just I'm telling you, it's just something about Ole Miss. Ole Miss is just a little bit different. Um, Indiana, I mean, they got a great wide receiver, great quarterback. But like I said, Ole Miss just seemed like that team that is just there's something about them. Like I feel like you got to put points on the board when you play them. And the thing that's hurting them is their defense. To be honest, if Ole Miss had a really solid defense, they would scare me really bad. But they don't scare me as much I thought they would. But not saying just because I said they don't scare me as much as I thought they would doesn't mean I'm not saying they're not a team to worry about. Because, like I said at the beginning, this is a team we had to watch for because of their offense, not because of the defense. So let me reiterate that. The defense don't scare me as much. It's the offense. It's the offense. The offense is what worries me the most when it comes down to Georgia playing against Ole Miss, because I'm hoping that we stay uh competing at the defense level as we have in the past few games. Our defense have been amazing. I think Keyone Lacey only had 31 yards or 30 some yards against us. Maybe I could be wrong. I haven't checked the stats on that, but that Ole Miss defense is wide open when it come down to the running game, and that what Georgia do best. Georgia run the ball great. So I think we need to lean heavily on our running game, because think about it. If we lean heavy on our running game and we put points on the board due to our running game, that is going to give Ole Miss very few time to score. Ole Miss, we're gonna have to like they're gonna have to like really score. Because y'all already know the running game eats up so much of the clock, so much. But if we're scoring fast, Ole Miss gonna score fast, and that would happen. We score fast, Ole Miss score fast, and Ole Miss. Well, I ain't gonna say fast, but Ole Miss like they. I feel like they scored faster than we did at far as the pass, because they passed the ball so well, right? But with the running game, it just eats at yardage after yardage, and I think it was pretty close with the time possession. I I guess this is why I do need my setup so I can see all of that in front of me, the stats all in front of me. But the first game we get to see is Miami versus Ohio State. That is a team that Ohio State gonna have to watch for. I honestly think so, because like I said the other time, bro, that def that defense that Miami have could give Ohio State a issue. Ohio State haven't seen that many great defenses. They seen a good defense in Indiana, and you seen what happened. And so when you go against elite defense, this is what happened with Ohio State. They become stuck, you know. Um, and that's look at when they played against Texas, a pretty good defense. They got stuck. They barely won. So I think that's the problem. We seeing that Ohio State struggle with good defense, you know, solid defense. But the defensive side of the ball for Georgia, because that's what we want to talk about. Um, of course, Gabe Harris is out, unfortunately. It's crazy because he was like the guy that Blue Cane picked on, and he like started popping off. But you have someone like Isaiah Gibson we can look forward to getting in the game more. We haven't seen much of him, so you don't really know what you're getting when you get out there. JJ, Donye, um, um, is it Jonathan Joseph Adonye, something like that? But Adonye, I don't know how to say his last name. But this guy is very. I feel like he's a little bit different type of player when it come down to this edge. He's seen like a 3 point stance type edge. Not the guy to stand straight up off the edge. He's built different. He's he just look different. He look like literally like a defensive tackle type guy, or your old school type of defensive end. That what he look like. Uh, Even Gabe Harris. I mean, Gabe Harris big, but like most of our edge, like they kind of stand up, you know. But this guy, he's different. I don't know how fast he is. I haven't really watched tape on him, so it's gonna be very interesting to see how he played on the edge, how he man up over there on the edge. Will he be able to get some pass rush? That's the big question mark. Um, I think Isaiah Gibson could be that guy when it comes down to speed and getting off on the edge real quick. That's one guy. Also, you got Elamadozi, another guy that's been out there, but he really just have been developing. So we may get to see him a little bit more on that side as well. And then you got a couple other guys too that we ain't even really seen, and I can't even name them, but I know we're just loaded over there. So it's just gonna be interesting what Georgia do right there on that edge. Um, at the defensive back position, Jonell, I don't think Jonell is in. I think he's even questionable or probable. I'm not sure, but Dinkins have been looking solid, bro. Been looking solid. he'll be a great piece when it come down to rotational, rotating at that position. Dinkins is the kid been playing like with his hair like lit on fire. So it's gonna be very interesting to see that. Of course, at our defensive back position, along with them, we have Everett, we have Ellis Robinson, we have DeMello Jones, we have KJ. I think this is a game that KJ really gonna have to pop off. I really feel like this is a game that KJ, we haven't really seen too much of like KJ like how he was last year. So I feel like it was like almost like a sophomore slump. You know, them sophomore slump, man, that sucks. It just ain't, we ain't been seeing the same KJ. So I want to see KJ pop off. And based off when I seen some of his highlight film, dude, KJ's supposed to have like 5 interceptions this year. He dropped 4, or he dropped 3 of them. He's supposed to have a total of 5 interceptions this year. So he's there. He's just got to catch the ball. He's meeting guys in the hole, you know, but it just, I don't know, maybe because maybe he is playing the same that he play, the way that he played this year. Maybe he is playing the same. It's just that maybe it was just a little bit more highlighted to us because it's KJ. He's a freshman, and now he's playing kind of just like the Dalen Everett situation. Like Dalen, like, you know, when he first played, we was like, man, this guy's in court. Now he's locking down people, and you know, it's not too much noise on Everett's side, but Everett doing his thing. Like he's, you know, he's covering guys. He's doing doing his job. Um, Linebacker position: C.J. Allen, Raylan Wilson, Justin Williams, Chris Cole. Them guys gonna be great. Quintavious Johnson. I'm not sure. I think he's an edge. I can't remember, or linebacker. It's crazy, but I don't really know. But I think he's gonna be an important piece to that defense as well. So defensive tackle position, you like. I would love to see, you know, Elijah Griffin have a good game. I would love to see Christian Miller have a great game too. It's we don't got Jordan Hall, but like we was looking forward to seeing like Christian Miller have like a crazy year. Them guys is, I mean, they holding up that hole though. So what can you say? They doing good. They stopping the run game. I think we're gonna still play the run game great. The big question mark is, can we continue to be successful at stopping the passing? Can we be successful and not letting Ole Miss get 30, 20 yards? If they get 5 or 10, like we can kind of work with that. But if you let Ole Miss get like 30 plus yard or 20 plus yard in passing, that is when it become a problem with Georgia on the defense. So long we can contain them, keep them in front of us, not let getting 20, 30 yards, I think it's going to be a great game for Georgia defensively. So that's my take for that game. And hopefully we'll go out there and excel and get this W and meet the next team in the next round. Other than that, make sure y'all hit that button, subscribe to this channel right now. It helped this channel grow when you subscribe, but also most importantly, if you don't want to subscribe, make sure you hit that like button. This will send this video out into the algorithm to people just like you, and it can help this channel grow. With that being said, go Dogs.